morning and welcome to Mornings on Main Street for this Wednesday, the 31st of May. I'm your host, Stefanie Miller. Thanks so much for joining us this morning. It's truly crazy to me that we are at the end of May and getting ready to kick off a new month tomorrow. Well, coming up on our show today, this is what we have in store for you. First, her mission is to inspire women with a passion for fishing and the outdoors to really get out there and experience some amazing adventures. Now, this morning, I get to introduce you to the woman angler and adventurer. She has a podcast that I cannot wait to share with you. And then following her interview, we get to hear more about the world of female high school competitive fishing. Meet a group of young anglers paving the way for other young female anglers coming up behind them. And then after that, we take a look back at a Wednesday workout segment. It's our yoga segment that we did a few months ago. We're going to share that with you once again to show you why so many have a love for yoga and how they really get a benefit from the mindfulness that comes along with the practice. But first, let's get a check of our headlines. 3 upcoming meetings are giving community members a chance to submit questions, comments, and concerns on school safety and gun violence. Here are the dates and locations for those upcoming meetings. One is Wednesday, June 14th at 4 p.m. This is happening at Council Chambers in the historic Metro Courthouse. The one after that, June 21st at 6 p.m. This is at Hillsborough High School Auditorium. And then the last one is Wednesday, June 28th at 4 p.m. Also at Council Chambers at the historic Metro Courthouse. Visit MainStreetMediaTN.com on how you can submit your questions. And the Mount Juliet's new Emergency Medical Services Division started taking calls March 13th. Already, more than 750 patient interactions have taken place. Mount Juliet EMS Chief Eric Newman says about 68% of those patients are transported to the hospital. Now, he does want to share that every vehicle is equipped with ALS equipment and with 9 paramedics. Read much more by going to chronicleofmountjuliet.com. Okay, so we are all being asked to use care this summer while out and about. The Nashville Fire Department and Nashville Office of Emergency Management, they're sharing tips on swimming safety, heat safety, as well as grilling safety. Read all of those tips that are being shared by going to MainStreetMediaTN.com. You'll find all the information right there. Okay, let's get a check of our forecast, see what's in store for all of us by turning to the team at Tennessee Valley Weather.
Hey folks, happy Wednesday to you. Ben Luna here with you in the Tennessee Valley Weather Center, wishing you a happy hump day as you check out this local forecast. Across the mid-state weather-wise today, things starting out good, but as we head toward lunchtime and especially the mid-afternoon, keep an umbrella close by. Chance for a few pop-up storms will fire across the area today. Now notice these are more cellular in nature, meaning it's that time of year where we're going to contend with those heat of the day thunder showers. So on the 7-day forecast, it's almost a copy and paste. Every day a 20 to 30% shot at seeing those backyard showers where your neighbor could get a little rain and you stay bone dry. It's called Welcome to Living in Middle Tennessee in the middle of the summertime. Temperatures on the warm side across the entire area today. Many of you well into the mid-80s. I think a few of you by the weekend might even be knocking on the back door of the 90s in a few spots. Otherwise, keep the umbrella close by. Those hit and miss storms with us now for the foreseeable future. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'll leave you with a final look at the 7-day forecast. Hope you have a great and blessed Wednesday, and we'll talk to you soon.
If you are an outdoorsy sort of woman, if you're looking for phenomenal content about what's being done outdoors by some phenomenal women, whether it be on the trails or in the water fishing, there's a podcast that you need to turn to, and that is The Woman Angler and Adventurer. And again, you've met her before, you've seen her before. Here's a little clip from her last interview at the Freedom Boat Club. I have Angie Scott here with me, and I can't wait to learn more about this podcast.
Thanks for coming out. Another beautiful day on the water.
Every time I come to me this second, I'm just going to have to start scheduling more interviews or having you around. I feel like you bring the good weather.
Well,
so let's talk about your podcast. This is where, from what I've listened to, this is where your passion seems to lie. There are so many podcasts out there where you can interact. You can meet some really interesting people. You can find some amazing things that are happening. And really, it's a great place to, again, tell stories. Yeah. But first off, where does this passion come from for you?
Yeah, well, I mean, I grew up in Minnesota, actually. Grew up fishing and just really just loved being outdoors and on the water. And moved to Nashville many, many years ago now, so I've been here a long time. But I was working in the music business and I loved it, but sitting in an office all day, I was like, what can I do to kind of incorporate more of the outdoors into my life? And so I decided to start a podcast, and at the time, this was back in 2018, there really wasn't any good platforms out there featuring women doing amazing things in the outdoors. And so I thought, I could start this podcast and just provide a platform for ladies that I see on social media that are getting out there and doing amazing things, and give them a platform to share their stories and hopefully inspire others to get involved.
What are some of the stories that stood out to you? There was one that I listened to briefly, and and I can't think of her name, but it was talking about, like, when you don't have a seat at the table, what do you do?
Yeah.
How do you get there? What's been some that stick out to you?
I mean, I've had so many amazing stories, and these ladies inspire me all the time. Every time I get to meet and talk with another one, there's always just something about their story that makes it really special. So it's really hard to just pick out just one. But what's been fun is, with my background in the music industry, it's been pretty cool to, like, find people that I know, like musicians and stuff, that love fishing. And so I've had, I got to interview Terry Clark backstage at the Grand Ole Opry. She's from Canada. She loves to go walleye fishing and bass fishing and everything. And Rhonda Vincent, a bluegrass artist, she loves to crappie fish, so I had her on the show. And one of the most fun ones is a lady, a Grammy Award-winning artist, Brittany Howard she used to be the lead singer of Alabama Shakes, and now she's a solo artist, but she is so passionate about fishing, and we've actually now gotten to do some trips together, so it's just so great to meet so many people from all walks of life. And I feel like now I could pretty much travel anywhere in the country, find somebody that I've had on the show, hang out and go fishing with them.
I love it. So, I mean, you cover more than just fishing, more than just the anglers. You have, the outdoorsy, the trail walkers, and different types of outdoor activities. But when it comes to fishing, since that is something that you do, what is it about the fishing that is so enjoyable? I'm not a fisher, so this is why I'm asking.
So for me, there's several different things about it, but growing up, when I was real little, I would get bored, and just not want to be in the boat anymore, especially if we weren't catching fish. But as I got older, I had an older brother, and then it kind of started to get a little bit of competition between us. And that competitive part of it is what really excites me. You want to catch the most and the biggest fish, and brag about it. And so I started fishing here locally, Team Nashville Bassmasters, which is a team tournament trail. I was the only woman on the team, but all the guys were great, and you would fish, a boater and a co-angler would fish together as a team and try to catch the most fish and win the tournament. And that was a really great way to learn, but I just love that competitive aspect of it.
Well, is there anything else about your podcast that we should know? Why should we tune in?
Just if you want to hear amazing stories, one side benefit that's come out of it that I didn't really think of when I started the podcast was I've had the opportunity to interview some ladies that are really pioneers in fishing, and they don't even realize it, that they really paved the way for ladies like me, ladies like these young girls that we had, that are fishing high school tournaments. But it's a way to preserve their stories, so now, years from now when I'm gone, the podcast is still going to be out there and available for people to listen to, and it's great to kind of be a part of that history. So thewomanangler.com is where people can go to find it, and it's on all the major podcast platforms. So if you have Spotify or Apple or whatever your preferred app is, just look for The Woman Angler and Adventure.
And Angie is super great. So, do listen into this podcast. Again, just another podcast to add to the list of wonderful podcasts that you already have. So thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for getting these stories out and sharing those with the rest of us.
My pleasure.
Awesome. We appreciate it. Again, Angie Scott, the woman angler and adventurer. Stick with us. When we come back, we're going to hear from some high school aged anglers. They're continue to pave that way for younger females in their group. So again, hear from them when we come back right here on Mornings on Main Street.
There's a lot to consider when it comes to choosing a Medicare plan. That's where Health Markets Insurance Agency can help. Independent licensed insurance agents who work with Health Markets can answer your questions about the different parts of Medicare, when you can enroll, benefits, costs, and more. Speak to a local licensed insurance agent today to get started on your Medicare journey.
Vote for Area 51 Tech Solutions for Best Computer and Electronic Repair in Main Street Awards Best of Dixon. Thank you for your vote.
Main Street Awards Best of Dixon. Vote for us in Best Burger, Best Dessert, Best Overall Restaurant, Best to Go, Best Dining Deal.
Welcome back. Talk about a treat that I have for you right now. We have some ladies from the Tennessee Bass Nation, and we have Jennifer Lassiter to start off with. And Jennifer, what is your title with the group or with the program?
Okay, I'm the director with the North Central Trail of Tennessee Bass Nation. I'm a tournament director.
That's incredible, and I cannot wait to dive in more about what you see and the hard work that these ladies do. We also have Annie Lassiter, we have Gracie Marion, we have Maggie Harris, and then Morgan Lanham. First off, girls, thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
So what does it mean to be a young female angler? What does that mean? And anyone can kind of start that off.
I think, you know, like you said, this sport, they're definitely, the boys do outweigh the girls. But like you said, like that you're gonna see girls at every tournament, and I think honestly, like being a girl at these tournaments, like you feel like you don't feel any different. Like you just feel like you're doing your thing, and like we're all so supportive of each other, especially like the girls, and it's awesome just to see like that support that we have for each other.
I love hearing this. And how do you run into awesomeness like this? Well, I happened to be doing another interview. You just saw that with Angie Scott a little bit ago. And I was sitting back and just listening to these young ladies talk about the work that they have to put in. And it is grueling. First off, Jennifer, you kind of started off saying they get up at like 2:30 in the morning to stand all day to fish. My fishers out there and be like, yeah, no problem. But for those of us who don't fish, I'm like, I can imagine this entire day. So what does their day look like?
Tournament morning, personally, I'm starting around 2:15. We get up at 2:15. I'm at the program around 2:30 to 2:45. Usually the girls will be getting up, getting their gear ready, getting their boats ready. They are usually coming to the boat ramp anywhere between 3 a.m. and girls 4 o'clock, something like that, 3 a.m. to 4 o'clock. They are backing a boat down a ramp, getting in the water, getting their boat ready, their gear ready, and all their safety stuff, and getting ready for the day. Then they sit there till daylight, sometimes freezing, because the coldest time of the night is that hour before the daylight, I think. So they'll sit there until daylight, till we blast off, and then they get to go stand for 8 to 9 hours fishing while they're trying to catch their limit. And then the day's still not done. They have to come back in and get those fish ready to weigh in and hopefully, you know, take home a scholarship by the end of the day.
Like anything else, though, this just doesn't happen on a whim. You just don't go out to a tournament. The athletes out there and anyone else in a particular program or sport, it takes patience, obviously. It takes practice. What does a normal practice day, what does that look like? How do you prepare to be the best in your field in a tournament?
We usually go out around daylight in the morning for a practice day. We look, and sometimes the fish will be on bed, so we'll go up shallow. Sometimes it'll be deep, so we'll look out and graph for deep stuff. But it's definitely, that's one of the hardest times whenever you're trying to find the fish for your tournament.
Wow. What age did you start, Annie?
I started in 5th grade, so probably, what would you say, 11?
Okay.
Yeah,
Gracie?
I started in 6th grade.
Okay. Maggie?
I think 7th grade.
Morgan?
I've been fishing like my whole life, but I started tournament fishing just my senior year.
Okay. So, and from just listening in to Angie's podcast, so you have, when it comes to anglers in high school or middle school, you have a junior program and then also a high school program.
Yeah,
Is that
we do.
correct?
Tennessee Bass Nation, children can fish from 2nd grade to 8th grade as a junior. So we have kids as small as 2nd graders who are very, very small, and they're just learning. And they learn a lot about boater safety and how to be safe on the water, and that's a very good thing at a young age. And then hopefully by the time they come out of the junior program, they're prepared enough to participate as a high school angler, which is a lot more grueling. They have a longer day as a high school angler, and they do earn scholarships to go towards their college at high school. So it's definitely an experience for all of them.
Let's talk about real quick before I let you guys go, because I know you're busy, you have other things you have to do, but I'm just kind of curious about, this is a male-dominated field, whether it be in the younger age or as you grow into a professional level. How do you prepare yourself mindset-wise, knowing that you're competing with, as they would say, men are typically more physically fit endurance-wise?
I just think that, sorry, bro. I just go out there and I say, I'm gonna beat them.
I love it.
I was like, we're gonna get this done.
It kind of gives you a boost of confidence, honestly. Yeah. Like knowing that there's only a few girls and like you're the start of the what could happen is girl dominance.
I think you just have to go out with a positive mindset, saying, okay, like we're just gonna fish like we know how to, and if we do that, then we're gonna come back in and fish, and we're gonna be able to compete with these guys.
You just have to be confident in yourself. You can't really worry about anybody else.
Tidbits right there that whether you're a young lady, a girl, a boy, a young man growing up, I think we can all take away something from that. Be confident in yourself and what you do and your ability and what you've put into it. When's your next tournament?
Next Friday and Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay. And where will that be?
Douglas Lake.
It's the state championships.
And who's going to that?
You have to qualify.
Okay. And the three of you have qualified? Very nice. Well, congratulations. And you've kind of moved past, like you are now out of high school, is that correct?
Yes, I'm out of high school.
Okay, very nice. And what is your next adventure, next tournament?
So I just fish, like my brother Presley, he's still fishing. I always help him go out and practice. I'm there, helping him pre-fish. Like I said, even we help boat captain sometimes too. But just, I love watching him grow, and we fish the Tuesday nighters together because my brother's who I fished with. But just local tournaments, we just love to do stuff like that.
Fantastic. Well, Jennifer, if we want to learn more about Tennessee Bass Nation, how do we do that?
You can reach us through our social media. My social media platform is North Central Tennessee Bass Nation on Facebook. There's also the state page, Tennessee Bass Nation. Most of your schools and counties do have fishing teams. I run into thousands of people a year that says, I never knew that this existed. I wish I had this as a kid because I would have done a lot better in school myself. And there's all kinds of people that, tell me that. And there are a lot of kids, that maybe baseball and basketball and softball is not their thing, but a lot of them do like to fish, and they can go on and take it to the next level. This is something they can do through high school and come out of high school with some scholarships to go to college. And there's all kinds of kids that are going to college on fishing scholarships and doing real well at it. So it's something they definitely can take to the next level, and it's going to be there for the girls as well as our guys too that do it. So it's awesome.
Jennifer, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it. Again, Tennessee Bass Nation, check it out, look it up. They have a junior program and a high school program, and if you're looking for something to get into, this might be it for you. So thank you so much. I want to wish again Gracie, Annie, and Maggie the best of luck as you go into tournaments. Morgan, as you continue moving on, good luck to you, and just thank you for your time. All right, stick with us right here. We have more coming up on Mornings on Main Street after this.
Vroom, vroom. Time for the Rackley Roofing 200, and it is going to be June 23rd out at the Nashville Super Speedway. And we partnered up, all of us here at Main Street Media TV, and we have joined with Rackley Roofing to send you. Yep, what you got to do to win, all you got to do is go to your favorite Main Street Media website, look for the Enter to Win banner, click there, and you're in. like Flynn. Isn't that cool? Main Street Media TV and Rackley Roofing sending you to the races.
Tired of hanging lights every year? We get it. That's why Southern Nights is here to help. We install programmable lighting on your home or business so you can enjoy beautiful, customizable lighting all year round. No more ladders, tangled lights, or cold nights outside. We do the work, you do the celebrating. Call Southern Nights today and take the hassle out of holiday lighting forever. For a free quote, give us a call at 931-241-3074 or visit our Facebook page at Southern Nights.
Vote for us Best Burgers and Breakfast in the Main Street Awards Best of Dixon. We look forward to serving you. Thank you for your vote.
Please vote Pamela with First Lending Solutions, online best mortgage lender in Main Street Awards Best of Dixon County. Thank you for your vote.
Welcome back. It is time for our Wednesday workout segment. This morning, we are looking back at our yoga segment that we did not that long ago, but thought it would be a great time to share it with you all once again. Again, the practice of yoga is great for poses, concentration, and really helps with deep breathing.
Yoga is very much here in this studio at Sanctuary on Main, a therapeutic-based practice. So not only do we have lots of movement, lots of active classes and things of that sort, but we really are taught here, the majority of us teachers and instructors, how to teach therapeutically, how to bring in and incorporate an abundance of yoga props to support your body where it's needed, how to understand the body has had trauma within it and where it holds it, and how we can not force the trauma out of the body, but even as a child when we ride our bikes and we fall down, we scrape our knee, that's trauma. And so, well, how do we support our knee as an adult now in this practice to find better space, to let go of that, to create more strength and stability within ourselves? So the majority of us teachers are trauma-based, we're therapeutic-based, so we really want to support the individual client's body in growing where they are and awareness there. And then from there, what are the next steps to create more space within the body to feel a lot better for yourself within yourself? What I usually teach are a little bit older in age, and so older and younger. And so it is from about 50-ish to 70-ish age group. And so what I like to do with this group is I really enjoy having them continue to find mobility and flexibility within themselves. And it's not that we can take it further, because they can if their body allows them to, but it's keeping that regular functioning of their body within themselves in different ways. So this group that I teach usually do come see me 3 to 4 times a week, and we work on different things. So on Mondays at 10:30, it's all about joint mobility, finding one of those areas that we didn't realize that are a little lacking in it. Tuesdays, we get more of a deeper stretching with a little bit of movement, and Thursdays, it's more therapeutic based. So we check in with the ailments of the body, see how far that our body wants to go, and where we are finding that edge and stopping there. And so it helps you understand what is going on and where your limitations can be let go of. And so you can exceed that to find a better, healthy body for you. And it doesn't have to be fast, active movement. It can be slow, gentle movement. It can be no movement at all, but giving yourself the moment of intention to be intentional during your practice. I'm going to be intentional when I put right foot in front of left. I'm going to be intentional when I stand up nice and tall. So the practice physically can do that for you. It brings that awareness, that little bit of information into the body to say, let's be intentional, and how you can take your practice from your mat, whether it be physically, emotionally, mentally, and you take it with you throughout the rest of your day, throughout the rest of your life. So in a physical aspect, I love to share with my clients is, if we're standing nice and tall, why can't you stand nice and tall in the grocery store when you're on the cart? Why not in Target when you're on the cart or you're looking at something? Instead, our body goes into this relaxed slump. Why can't we still be relaxed while standing nice and tall? A lot of clients have shared with me how when they first come in, it's the fear of the unknown. They don't know what to expect. They don't know who's going to be surrounding them, who's going to be looking at them, what is this teacher going to ask me to do? Because a lot of times, and nothing is wrong with this, a lot of people go to YouTube or they go to Instagram videos or whatever it may be, which is fantastic. But when you come into a yoga practice, especially here, you get a whole different feeling. And from their very first day of practice to, let's say, about 3-4 weeks later, 1 month, they have seen the difference in how as soon as they get here, they're so stressed out. They have all this anxiety of just getting here, of just getting through practice to get here. They get here and they feel this instant sense of calm, like I made it, I'm peaceful, I can be here.
I'd like to thank Rose Avila for her time. If you would like to learn more about where she teaches and the rest of the class schedule, head over to Sanctuary on Main. You can find all of that information on their website. Again, that is Sanctuary on Main. Stick with us here on Mornings on Main Street. We have a little bit more coming up for you after this.
Welcome to the Omni Nashville Hotel. Urban elegance with a vintage touch. Our 800-room hotel opened up in the fall of 2013 with 746 guest rooms and 54 suites.
You can't see the sights without the sounds. From the crack of the bat to the roar of the crowd and everything in between, discover what Hit City has to offer. Spend your nights cheering on the Nashville Sounds at First Horizon Park with giveaways, fireworks shows, theme weekends, and more. Single game tickets are on sale now. Visit NashvilleSounds.com to claim your seat today.
They said I wouldn't make it without a college degree.
They said only a man could be a roofing executive.
They said a former addict always relapses.
They said my amputation would keep me out of roofing.
They said never give an ex-convict a second chance.
They said I could never be a leader.
They said I couldn't support my family as a single mom.
At Rackley, we say they're wrong.
Want to change the world? Change it. One roof at a time.
Main Street Awards Best of Dixon County is happening now. Please vote for Redbird Realty. We appreciate your support.
Vote for us Best Insurance in the Main Street Awards Best of Dixon voting. Micah Blount State Farm Insurance. Thank you for your vote.
Welcome back. Let's take a look back at the Memorial Day ceremony that happened Monday at the William O. Beach Civic Hall in Veterans Plaza in Clarksville. This is put on by the Montgomery County Veterans Service Organization. You see the crowd turnout. It was a beautiful morning, again, to honor those and remember those who have fallen and did not make it home. They also had a wreath laying ceremony during this, but you do see the crowd there. It was a wonderful turnout. Well, thanks so much for joining us here for Mornings on Main Street for this Wednesday morning. We hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.